Yeah, so my name is Marisa Romeo. I live in Asheville, North Carolina, and professionally I work as a teacher at AB Tech, our community college, and a strength coach, a running coach, and I'm working towards my PhD. So those are kind of all my responsibilities there. Personally, I'm a partner to my boyfriend Reed, a daughter to my parents, and a super passionate ultra runner. Those are like my three. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, so Canyons stokes me up for a lot of reasons. It's a race that's really competitive, and that's something I'm looking for. I've been doing a lot of East Coast races, which are awesome, super fun time, but they don't have the competition I kind of am looking for. So that's a big piece. Also, racing in a new state out in California is something that gets me pumped. Like seeing 100 miles of new territory is amazing. I get to explore my feet, and doing 100 miles again. It's something I've been looking forward to for almost a year. So
awesome.
Yeah.
So why did you choose the 100-miler opposed to the 100K?
So yeah, several reasons. Last year after Hellbender, it was like the best day ever for me. Like running 100 miles was something I had looked forward to for years. Like it was always one of those things that seemed so kind of off in the distance, and I finally did it, and I was like, this was the best experience ever. It was the best run I've ever had, like in the flow state for so many miles, like so many cool memories. And I guess ever since doing Hellbender, I've wanted to do another 100-miler, but I work with a coach, and he was like, you can't do one this year, so we have to wait till next year. So Canyons is almost perfectly a year after Hellbender, so I checked that box. But also, yeah, the 100-mile distance, it gets me super excited because there's so many different things that can happen in 100-milers, like the adversity you face, the experiences you'll go through. There's so many unpredictable things that might happen. So for me, like, I like the unknown and like trying to problem solve all those different things. I don't think you can really master the 100-mile distance because you never know what could happen. So that, and then, yeah, I'd say those are the main things. And then it's kind of just an opportunity for me to explore my limits, find my potential in running, that sort of thing.
Cool.
Yeah.
Self-coach, or do you have a coach?
I have a coach, so his name's Ryan Anderson. He works for CTS. We've been working together since November 2021. So a deal of time now, yeah.
Cool. So he trained you through Hellbender last year.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Is there anything different that you're doing this year?
In training for Canyons?
Yeah, from this 100.
Yeah, like in the training block leading up. Yeah, lots of different things. We kind of discovered a lot of things about my own training and my physiology in the first year of working together, which we're now using for the Canyons training blocks. The whole training block in VO2 max, like tempo and steady state, like that's the kind of sequence we use. We've been doing back-to-back workouts, so it'll be like 2 days of tempo back-to-back, 2 days of VO2s back-to-back, which is hard, but we've kind of discovered I can handle that load.
Okay.
So that's one thing, and then also kind of the amount of volume I can handle has increased, which has been really cool to see just over time, like working on different intensities and increasing volume over time. We're realizing that my body can handle it, so we're kind of trying to find that fine line and edge that, like, what can I handle and what's too much. Okay. And we tried that out this block. It worked. I responded well, and we'll kind of keep finding that fine line until something happens.
So where is that fine line? Like hours or mileage or elevation?
Yeah. So I train based on hours, which is nice. And I think my biggest block this past training block was 22 hours and like 6 days, and it was like chunked out to 130 miles, which was big. And then, yeah, I did like a nice string too of like 15 to 18 hour weeks. And I'd never done that before, and I was scared. Like, my coach even told me, like, I'm scared giving you this volume, but I know you can handle it based on your physiology. Oh, so for me, I was like, if you believe that I can do it, like, I'm stoked on it, because the more you give me, like, I'm always texting my coach, I'm like, can I do more? So the more kind of I've realized, like, oh, my body can really handle it if I run at the proper intensity. Not going hard, but I'm running for a long time, so... Yeah,
that's a lot.
It is a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah, and it's been awesome to realize that.
God.
Yeah.
Oh, that's exciting though.
It's exciting.
How are you, like,
yeah.
Do you have like a like what allows you to do that? Like, obviously you have physiology, like.
Yeah. Well, I think first it's my passion.
But yeah.
I love running long distances. Like, if I see on the training calendar that I have like an 18-hour week or a 22-hour week, I'm like, I get so pumped up because I just get to run. Like, I love running so much. It's like my release, you know? So it's like I get to run that many hours this week. Like, I just get so excited. So I think that's one, like, just my mental excitement is there. And then I eat so much food to recover. I think, like, staying on top of food and nutrition and hydrating and sleep and stress, like, I try to be a well-rounded person and be balanced in those areas so I can do what I love, which is run that much.
Talk about training in the South or in the Appalachia.
Yeah.
How do you think it's going to transfer for this race?
Good question. I think it's going to transfer really well. Originally, the course, the course never really had a lot of high points, elevation, or I shouldn't say elevation, altitude. So I'm lucky in that sense because our high point here it's Mount Mitchell, which is 6,600 or so. So we have some altitude, but it's not like Colorado, obviously. So that was not a factor, which is nice. And then secondly, it's warm here. It's pretty warm here pretty early now, so I'm able to get in heat training. And canyons should be warm-ish. Like 48 is the low, 71's the high for that day. So I think like that's gonna feel pretty warm to a lot of people. So I feel like I kind of have an advantage living out here, dealing with humidity and heat. So I'm able to train there. And then Asheville, like we were talking about earlier, has so many options for training, like runnable, verti stuff, really technical verti stuff, roads, so many options. You can kind of pick and choose so that whatever you're doing is specific to your race, and I was able to do that. Yeah.
What is your goal?
That's a good question. I think my main goal is to run to my potential. I used to kind of get caught up and be like, I want to win, I want a podium, all these things, and then I realized like really what makes me satisfied is if I get to the finish line knowing I gave it my all and I ran to what I think is my potential. So ultimately, running to my potential on that day will make me feel like I've satisfied my goal. But of course, comes with that, like, I'm very competitive and I want to do well. I want a podium. And I hope that my best that day will land me there, but if it doesn't, if I cross finish line knowing I did my best, then I'm gonna be happy. So that's my overall goal. Cool. Yeah.
You placed first in your last 7 races.
Yeah, that's scary.
Are you gonna be like, keep the streak alive?
I hope I can. So actually something I've been working on is my self-confidence. And like, it's really intimidating to go against professional runners. I'm not a pro. Like, I have no idea how I'm gonna stack up to them, but I've put in like the biggest training blocks I ever have, and I feel the fittest I have. And I hope that that will make me competitive with professional runners. And so I have to believe that I am capable of winning if I have a good day out there. And so, yeah, I believe I'm capable of winning, not in a cocky way, more just in like, yeah, I believe in myself way. But again, if I don't win, it's not like, I'm not gonna be sad. It's just like, yeah, I'm gonna learn some stuff and try to do better the next time. So maybe, hopefully, but I'm gonna not be bummed if I don't get the W. But that would be really cool if I did. So yeah, I've identified some things that help keep me sane because historically I've gone a little crazy if I don't have things to focus on instead of running. So those are kind of doing some like self-reflection journaling for the race, reading a good book that gets me excited, and I've actually adopted like a kind of imagery visualization practice that helps like kind of settle my mind about the race, keep me calm, and yeah, just sleep a ton, eat a ton, and try to relax, reduce stress. Those are kind of my go-tos.
Cool.
Yeah. I do cross-train. I do a lot of strength training. That's something I'm really well-versed in. I'm a strength coach, so I've got to practice what I preach, and I believe in it. So it's a good injury prevention tactic and just makes me stronger and more durable out there, I think. So that's one. And then I cycle a lot, so I'm really into biking with friends, on my own, on Zwift, whatever. And I think that helps keep me healthy and not overdo it on the running side of things. Kind of get some energy out in a different way. Yeah.
Cool. If you have a day off, where are you going?
Yep. I'm gonna go to the Black Mountains for sure. I love the Black Mountain Range. I'd say my favorite trails within that range are probably like Snooks, the Mount Mitchell Trail, and kind of like up near like Walker's Knob on the Mountains of Sea. Anything like up kind of above 6,000 feet with those beautiful trees, the beautiful smells, and the, you know, views, that's my spot. Yeah.
Where do you run the most at?
Bent Creek. Like the local legend on everything here. It's embarrassing. Yeah. Yep.
Favorite spot to drink out of Nashville?
Probably Ginger's Revenge because it's gluten-free. And I love ginger beer. It's really good.
Favorite coffee shop?
Let's see. I think I'll have to go with the Drippolator in Black Mountain.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one. It's
That's
just
good
cozy and quiet and good coffee and snacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pairs well with the run.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially out east.
Favorite restaurant or food spot?
Good question. It depends, but I think my all-time favorite in Asheville is probably, it's between 9 Mile and Rosetta's.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
I like both of those a lot. Just depends on what I'm craving. Yeah.
Favorite running partner? Wait. I just realized what
No
it sounds
comment.
like.
Myself.
leave that off. Worst road in Nashville?
Oh man, 26, 100%. It's awful.
Solomon or Hoka?
Solomon.
Bucket list race?
I think I have to go with UTMB or TDS, Tour de Jean.
Okay.
Or excuse me, sorry, or TDS or Tour de Jean. I said that weird. UTMB, TDS, or Tour de
let's
Jean.
redo that.
Yeah, I said that.
Your pre-run meal?
If it's a morning run, it's gonna be a gluten-free bagel with jam, just super simple, and some coffee. And then if I need some extra, I'll have a banana or something like that. Just pure carb, yeah.
Okay. Post-run meal or indulgence? Post-run indulgence, let's rephrase
Indulgence, like really good noodles from like an Asian restaurant. I always crave noodles. And then they have this gluten-free carrot cake with a lot of icing at Whole Foods. Those are my two.
Cool.
They're very, very good, yeah.
All right. I think that's good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Those are some good questions.
Yeah.
Worst road in
fun.
Asheville. That's awesome.
I feel like everyone's like,
26. Merriman's pretty bad too, but 26 is really bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.